Hello everybody, welcome to the FTOG server. ToddytheBody here, and I was just at the nearby mob farm to get some bones. Hanging out here, getting experience in bones, mainly bones because I plan on building with that stuff at some point. See, here we are, bone blocks. And I just wanted to get a stockpile for when we start doing that. We're not going to do it now because we don't have like a way out to where I want to build. I picked it out in single player. I'm going to keep it a secret at this point what the build is going to be unless I talked about it already. If I did, you'll have to find that on your own. But yep, so we're heading on back. I wanted some glowstone and some redstone, and I was told because there's not a safe route to the witch farm yet that there is a chest here for me specifically to get some stuff. So we'll take some of that, and we'll take a few stacks. We'll take 2 stacks. 2 stacks of the glowstone. Okay. Whoops. That wasn't intentional. Pick that back up. Alright. And then I've picked up a bow or 2 and then like merged them together in a iron, what do they call them? Anvils. To get a bow here. Power 4, Unbreaking 3, and Flame. So I have that for a weapon now. Usually I don't use a bow, but maybe I'll get used to it this season. You know, usually it's just a sword, and by the time I start really fighting mobs, I usually have something good for armor and stuff like that. I've also switched out my food supply here. So we're making berries. There's a mature one right there, but we'll leave it for now because I've got plenty on me. All right, let's go up to our hilltop here, our hilltop platform. Up our little stairs. I did a little bit of building off camera, and that's because of an episode I was planning on doing but decided not to do right now. I made a train station, like a personal like stop train station, and we're just gonna run some track up here, and you can just put your cart on the end and then get sent off on your way once we're ready. And I named it Howler's Landing, and let me tell you why, or you can listen if it's gonna happen. Hear it? If I stop talking? You hear it? Yep, it's because for the mob farm, the zombie spawner is like right on the other side of that wall. You can even hear the water that like pushes them over the edge. When I planned on building this here, I didn't know it was so close, and then like the whole time I'm like building, I hear this so hence the name Howler's Landing. So here is our personal train station. So the episode was going to be trying to dig out a rail line through the hill here and then kind of meshing it up with any that are down here. But we started getting plans for like a grand central station. I don't think we've actually named it yet, so that's what I've been calling it. I haven't heard anybody else call it yet, so I don't know what the name's going to be. But Nonsanity has come up with a pretty smart way of getting our tracks so that we can have like 8 tracks, like different routes to go on, you know, using the dial on like an item frame. So I think he's gonna set that up for us. We still haven't decided on like where we're gonna put it, so maybe we'll talk about that, like the group will talk about it in the future, and then we'll figure out where to put that sort of stuff. And then now I don't have any room for my glowstone, so let's put 1 stack in there, and then any extras we'll put in here. And the reason I want it is in case I want to make some more lighting, because I've been running out of glowstone for the lighting. I really like these lamps, these plain old vanilla lamps, so we're using them in our builds, and I'm gonna continue to do that. One thing I noticed when switching shaders off is I noticed that this room here is like really dark, but because of the shaders, I guess it spreads out the light a little bit, so it looks good for us, but if anybody else comes in here, it's going to be dark for them. So that's kind of a bummer if anybody wants to come up here and like take a look or anything, but hey, at least it looks good on our videos, right? So I guess something that I want to do for our episode is everybody else is getting into the cooking for blockheads mod. And I want to do the same, at least to have my own little food supply, and we're going to build it right here in this section. So because this is going to be sort of a 2-parter, you know, like actually building the building and then making the things, I don't want it to run too long, so I'll probably do most of it off camera, but you know, we'll get our usual building supplies. If I can find the thing. And I realized that once we get drawers, this is not going to do for our storage. So I guess just for a coal age, this is a storage, you know, good enough storage area. But we'll have to expand. We'll have to build something bigger, or make a little hidden area, or dig into a mountain, or something. We know that that mountain is off limits because of the spawner inside there. So maybe since Grok is going to be way up there, he won't mind if we like go this way into this hill a little bit, or like maybe if I go down here, because this is where I plan the rail to go, like off this way and then down through there as in some place. So maybe if I like dig in that direction, I can get a room in there of some sort to put some storage drawers while we're here in the village. I don't want to call it Spawn Village because it's, you know, it's not Spawn. But anyways, here we are. I'm going to do a little bit of building here and give you some progress updates instead of just coming back when it's done and then show you what I'm doing. But it's mostly going to look like these others. You know, I like to keep my buildings looking about the same if they're in the same area. And let's say hi to Asgard. He is back on the server. This guy is doing a ton of work. I said that last time, but it is true. He is like always on doing some cool stuff. So I can't wait until there's a rail line out to his area. I know you can get there through the nether, but I would like to use some rails to get around to people's bases. I'm really excited to have like the Grand Central Station and everything like that. I'm like been pushing the guys in chat. Let's get this. Let's do this thing. I want to ride it because that rail line to the iron farm is super cool. Anyways, let me build a little bit of something and then I will be right back. Alright, I thought I'd bring you back just to show you what's going on here. Basic design for our little area here. Hopefully this will be like a little pathway that goes through. It'll be enough area. I just have the dirt here so I can like hop up real quick. So we've got the lamp up there for a little bit of light. I think that we are going to do the wood posts just like everywhere else. Do another one right there. Grab the dirt. You never know that you need dirt until you need dirt. Okay. So let's go ahead and make these walls about the same height. So 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And I think that this side here is just going to be a flat wall. So that means we'll have to like add some texture to it. I know, flat wall and then add texture. But meaning that it's not going to have any windows. And I'm leaving this a little bit lower so that we can do the roof kind of up in that direction there. I think that would make a good shape. Kind of like how this one kind of went up into that corner. Kind of went up that way. So let's see what part is next. I think I wanted to add some stairs to the outside because I don't really like how this is flat right here. So what would be good? If you do it this way, and let me just do it and then I'll break it. See, that adds another flat. So we're going to keep it so that it is more like this right here. And it looks like I ran out of the regular limestone. So it's going to be limestone brick all the way around there until I go and find the reason to do. See, this is what I was talking about. You don't know you need dirt until you need it. So we'll fill in little holes like that because they don't really make sense to have just one little pit there. Do we have any more? We'll leave that one for now. But let's see here. Let's build this up till we get to flat like this, and then the roof can kind of come up and around to that corner there. All right. Now what else do we need to do? We need to knock some of this out so that we can get some difference in here. Just like that. And then we'll just use the regular flat limestone from the magnetic craft. And I am running out of supplies. So like, so I'm probably going to have to go mining for it. Unless anybody wants to donate any for me. There we go. What's it look like on the outside? Seems like it needs something, right? At least maybe in the corner. Maybe we could put some... Here, I know. We'll do our old trick with the fence. And we'll use oak. So that it's not like jungle wood all over the place. Alright, head over here. And then that all the way down. There we go. It adds a little bit of something there. Oh, there's another stair. Limestone stair. let's get that, and let's add in 1 or 2 of these also. So maybe we can do like, bam, like that, and then add it in this direction so it's not like a peephole. Well, let's try it just to see. So it would be like this. It will look like that from the outside. It does look like something's kind of missing there, right? Yeah. I don't know if that's good or if it's not good, but I think that we'll try it the other way. I think I'll prefer that more. I think we hit it from this side. Maybe? Yeah. There we go. And then now there's not a peephole. We don't want people to look and see what we're cooking. And then it adds a little bit of difference, a little bit of texture there. And then we'll put one on this side also, like that, except for from this direction, just like that. But it's on the same level. So let's do this instead up here. Good, we picked up the right one first. All right, and then put that back in. Then that's a little bit better. Did it fall on the outside, or did I actually pick it up? I think I picked it up. So maybe since we're doing it on this wall, I'll have to do it on some of this wall. But I'm gonna work out the roof, and then maybe and then we'll see what I did, and then we'll get into the mod. All right. Alright, so here it is. It looks a little blocky on the front, but I'm like kind of worried that maybe some people are thinking it's looking way too messy. You know, I'm going to go back and forth on that probably a lot. But I might add some stairs around the sides and everything, but this is going to be our little kitchen area here. Got a lamp up there, lamp right there. And then besides the one I showed you, there's 2 more on the side. So if you like see how you can like kind of see the one, so there's no spawnable spaces up top, as opposed to over here. So now welcome to the first crafting episode on Quantus for me, because we are about to do some crafting here. Alright, so I know you need to make this book so that you can make this book so that you can make this thing here. So I think books take leather, right? And I have absolutely no leather. So how about I go get some leather and be ready for the crafting portion of the episode, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my leather, and I found enough leather to actually make this sleep charm now. I think it might be useful. So I can't wait for it to be nighttime. Oop, I need a bed. Bed? There it is. Alright. I can't wait for it to be nighttime so I can see it work. Alright, let's see here. And then what's the bobble? What's the bobble thing? Do I have bobbles? Yep, here it is. Put the sleep charm in. Awesome. And then now we should be able to sleep real fast. Okay, let's put that away. Let's put our other stuff away. There we go. And I got lots of stuff I need to take care of. So let's see, we'll put that right there. We'll use that for red dye later on. And let's see here. So now let's finally make the book. So I need paper. Gosh darn it. I don't have any paper either. Ooh, okay. Okay, so now I've got some leather. We are ready to do some crafting here. Get ready to do some cooking for blockheads. Get up our little mountain. Here we are. Now we're all set. Alright, so I think we need to first make a book, and then we need to smelt it. So let's do that. I think we can do this whole clicky thing. Clicky right here. Book. Book. Alright. And then we'll smelt that. One thing, use up a whole piece of coal, a whole piece of charcoal. Let's see what else we need. We need some crafting tables. I don't have any wood on me. Crafting tables, a couple diamonds. And alright, got that. And since we are here, let's just go ahead and hit this one time and not waste this burn. Throw that in. Okay. And then we'll put that on the side for later use. Got it. Alright, back over to our supplies. So let's see here. Crafting table takes wood, and we need 2 of them. So let's just snag 2 of these. And then we also need 2 diamonds. We have 16. Alright. Hey Link. And Techno. Spell. Hey guys. There we go. That covers both of them. All right. Let's start doing our little crafty craft here on the crafting episode. Crafting. Okay, and something like that, and then I think the diamonds, maybe they go on the top and the bottom. There it is. Crafting book. Alright, and then we need logs and some black hardened clay. Man. Do I have any clay? I don't have any clay at all. Is there a way that we can just make clay? Not right now, right? Let's see here. Let's do this. What is this? UU matter. Alright. And nope. Man, it looks like we have to go find that too. Maybe I shouldn't actually cut back in until I've actually made some of these. What else do I need in the meantime? Wood and clay, so I gotta get clay. I've got the glass and the iron. Okay, I can make those. I can make those. Tool rack. I can make that. Toaster. That looks pretty cool. Magically turns bread into toast. Neat. Alright, I can make those. I don't have the jar. Spice rack. Kitchen counter. What is this? So I need more clay. I need at least, what is that, 12 pieces? No, 16 pieces of clay. Okay, and one more time. See you later. Okay, and we say yay for the clay. Alright. 4 nice pieces of clay. See you back at the base. Okay, now I think we're ready. Here we are. We've got our stained clay. I actually only got 4 blocks and then realized, oh, you need 8 to actually stain it. So, now we've got the 8. I didn't make you come back for that. I should have. I should have done my old little, oh, you needed 8. You like my Kermit the Frog impression? Okay, so now that we have everything, hopefully, that we need to actually go and get, let's see what we can do here. So we've got the Cooking for Blockheads 2, which I guess it will look into your inventory and look at all the things that you need. What was kind of interesting is I actually just went down and got it, my juicer. I had it from earlier. But I didn't have it in my inventory, but the juice things were still showing up in the book. So I wonder if it's like if you've had it in your inventory before. Like here, let's throw these down on the ground. And see? Is it like, how come that works? I wonder. But anyways, it does work. And now we're ready to start crafting. So what do we need here? We need the 3 stained clay and some wood. Alright, so let's see, 5 wood. And let's just buzz right through these here. That and that gives us the cooking table. And then the oven is some stained glass, which we should have 2 of. Alright, we'll just make some more of that because we can and we are able. Alright, like that. And then got our little crafting thing. And then all around the world here. And now we've got the stained glass. And we need lots of iron, so I might as well just grab a few of these and turn them into ingots. There we go, now we should be ready. Alright, so then the oven, oh, we need a furnace also. So, cobble, yep, here we are. 8 of those, 8, there. Alright, and then just so, because it's easier than moving the cobble around in a circle, we'll do it like that. And then now we should be able to make the oven. Alright, we got the oven. Now we need a fridge, which is a door and more wood. Ugh. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Does that make a chest? I think that makes a chest. And there we go. Planks. Go around in a circle. And then select the right one. There we go. And then the door. And makes 3. Don't need all of those, right? Unless we'll make some more. Maybe we'll need some more refrigerators. We will see. And I am almost out of spaces here. Now I need some more wood and a bucket of water, which I don't have on me. I should have a bucket somewhere. Yep, I don't. Alright. So if I can, there we go. And then find some water. And we'll look at our map. Do we have any water? Not anywhere near us. Okay. Okay. Okay, and now I've got my water bucket. So let's see if we can make the next thing, which is a sink. Alright, got the sink. I've made a few more refrigerators. I have no lava. This is going very well. Alright, so let's see here. Let's go ahead and make the kitchen counter. Running out of space, so I might just go and empty some space off. Let's do that real quick. Alright, so from what I understand, that this is a multi-block, so I am able to just put this stuff anywhere. Oh, that is weird. What is it? Is it made out of glass or something? That's pretty crazy. Oh, what? Oh, okay. Now we can get inside there. If we... How do you break this? Okay. If we put this one on top... Oh, okay, that works. Does it... Alright, it expands the space. What if we put one on top of that? Does it make it even bigger? Oh, it doesn't. Why does it go all weird like that? Nope. Here, let's see if we can do this right. Is it... No, there's no space. I mean, there's nothing on top of it. What if we do it against the glass? Nope. Doesn't work. Let's try again. On top? Nope, doesn't work. Alright, well, let's set that right there. That'll be a little ice box. Maybe we'll put that in our, our living room so we can have some sodies on the side. But we're supposed to be able to just put some food in here. Just like that. Empty out all the food. There we go. And then now I'll start placing down, like, the cooking table. We'll put the kitchen thing, I mean, the what is it called? An oven right next to it. We've got a sink. I guess that's for water if we want it. What else do we have? Counter. This beam here is in the way. It's gonna look funny right there. Can we... This isn't gonna connect, is it? No, I don't think so. Nope, I don't think so. So it's gotta connect. So let's go something like this. Oh, that's gonna be so weird. Did I get it? No, it's right. Okay. So now we got some thinking to do. Let me try to reorganize just a tad, and then maybe I'll be back with a bucket of lava. Alright, we're back with our lava, and I didn't organize anything. All I did is I pretty much went down, and I got that lava. So what do we need it for? Do we need it for the toaster? We did. And we need a button also. So grab some stone. You probably need it to make it out of regular stone, right? Uh-huh, that's what I thought. Alright, so let's go up here and start cooking our stone. We'll even grab a little bit of coal while that's happening. Alright, there we go. Maybe we'll take half of that. And while that's cooking up, we can make the trap door that it looks like that we need. Is it going to say we need? That's not trap door. Alright, let's go. Nope. Nope. How do you do a trap door? Let's see here. What do you got? Iron trap door. That's weird. Have I not made one of those before? Okay, there we go. And then, so we should be... Oh, we're missing the button still. Like that. And then I will have to make some slabs. And I think we do have some wood slabs from all of our building for like the roofs and things. And now we have a toaster. And we get the bucket back. When we made the sink, we didn't get the bucket back. So that's kind of odd. And then we'll grab these slabs, right? We'll grab the oak ones since we have more of those. And tool rack. Good. There we go. I don't know exactly how many of those we'll need. I was thinking that maybe we'll just put the, maybe we'll just put it right here. Where is it? Kitchen counter? Like that. And it holds stuff, so if we take this out and put it in here, we'll be able to see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. Come on. Oh, I can't click inside that. Well, maybe it didn't have any recipes. So if that's the case, let's take the apples out and put them right there. Now can we see the apple recipes? Melon? Apple juice. Okay. So it does recognize it, thankfully. Now what's the difference between the fridge and the kitchen counter is what I'm wondering. But anyways, let's keep putting our instruments of destruction up. And now I think that we can just start putting these up here. Just like that and just like that. We might need a few more of those. So I think since we're here, let's just go ahead and make one more at least. And yeah, we'll just, I hope that this counts right there. Hopefully. So I can make the salad, okay, with this. And if I put it right here, can I still make the salad? Yep, I can. And if I throw it on the ground, can I make the salad? I can. So do you even need these? Like, once you make them, do you need them anymore? Did I make the oven? Yeah, here's the oven. And so I think we need to make some pots and pans too. And that might be from Pan's Harvest Craft. Pam. There we go. And pots and pans. Here's a few. Saucepan and skillet. We can do that. We just need some sticks. Alright. Now that I need sticks and I've been throwing them all over the ground, I'm gonna regret it. But we'll grab a stack. We'll make the pot or the skillet. There we go. And then let's make the saucepan. This one. Can we make any of the rest while we're here? Bakeware, mortar and pestle, mixing bowl. Do we need the pot? We'll make the pot. We're out of iron. Okay. There we go. Get a few more. The pot. There it is. And I don't have, oh, I'm gonna have to go and get some more clay. So we won't have that. The pestle we can make out of stone, which we don't have. The mixing bowl we can make, and we have the juicer already. So let's see if we can get some wood here for the what was it, the mixing bowl? Yeah, I think it was the mixing bowl. Alright, here we are. And yeah, are we able now that we've cleared off some space? Oh, not that one. That, and that. And what else goes on the stove? Because it looks like there's 4 spots. Can I just, no, that doesn't work. What if I click it back here? Yeah, there we go. And then the saucepan. Yep. And then something else is supposed to go there, but it is eluding me. Maybe it's the bakeware. I'm not sure. But since we made the countertop, maybe the countertop is where you put things like this. Is that? No, that's not right. What about the toaster? Where do you put that at? Nope. You don't put that there either. So where does the toaster go? No, that's not it. Let's break that. Does it go on top of here? Nope, it doesn't. How about that? Does that work? Can I make bread from toast? I still don't have any more recipes. Oh, but I can make, now that the sink is there, I can make this fresh water thing and some salt. That's pretty cool. So if we get some zombie flesh in there, we can make lots of jerky. What was I looking for? Bread. Do I have any bread? I have wheat. I have tomatoes. Okay, let's grab some of these other food items that I've been storing away. I don't think you can make anything out of rubber trees, or some watermelon, maybe some beans and cotton. I don't think you make anything out of cotton, right? But you can out of the curry. Alright, so let's go over here and see if this is working. Alright, throw all these things inside, like that. And even the mixing bowl on top, just like that. Okay, I think I've got it. No, radish. Okay, now let's see what we can make. Okay, now we've got more stuff like ketchup and some grilled mushrooms and all kinds of things like that. I think we can put that in there, and oh, it even tells you. Alright, if we put these in the right spots. Oh, alright, so it is the bakeware that I'm missing, which I need some clay to do that. Alright, and then now we've got all these other options. I don't see... Maybe I've already cooked the mutton and stuff. I figured that there should be like a wheel here. Maybe I've got it in the wrong spot. Maybe you need this over here instead. There's got to be some answers here somewhere. No, still don't see anything with like the cooked meat and all that. Unless it's something sort by saturation, by hunger. Okay. Well, still only looks like a few different items. But anyways, here we are. We got going here with cooking for blockheads. Eating this right now because it says that it's a large meal, which I guess that means that it gives you more saturation. And that's going to come into play when we get into Botania later on in a different era. Because with the food flour, last season we were on Avant 3, we were using the pears for all the tons of mana that they provide. Now, I could be wrong. I'm thinking that maybe like the amount of hunger bars it fills will be how long it takes to digest, but the saturation is how much mana it actually gives you. So something like the salad would be good because you could feed it more often and get lots of saturation. But if it's the other way around, where it's the saturation, which is the digestion, and it's the amount of food that it fills, then we'll have to go something in the snack class so that it eats it faster. So we'll have to find something in here that is like really easy to auto make. So there's got to be something. It's not going to be that, but you know, maybe we'll do gummy bears, or who knows. We'll hook something up and then try to automate it, but we won't know until we get there. But anyways, I think we're going to call it there, and I will see you all next time. Bye.